What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. It's kind of my traditional way of starting these videos. It feels like every time I get on here, it's like, oh crap, it's been 2 months since the last video. Life's been pretty crazy. This summer has been a rough one. It's been extremely hot, and I've been just surviving it. I had a heat stroke like two months ago or so, and for like almost a solid month after that heat stroke, I literally couldn't do anything. Like, I'd come outside and my head would feel like it was just going to split in half. I pretty much slept for 2 weeks straight after it. Like, my body was just so exhausted. At the time, I was cover cropping the south plot, so the one way over there by the roselle hedge. I was getting that was the first bed or plot I planted, and yeah, I was out here. It was like the hottest day on record so far for the season, and yeah, I knew my body was kind of just over it. That was like early July, after 10 months of growing straight and just stress and all kinds of other stuff. And then the heat starting to come on. So I really needed to take a break. I could tell the Lyme disease was flaring up and stuff. But job had to get done, so I did it and pushed through, and I ran myself into the ground and had heat stroke, and yeah, lesson learned, hopefully. Yeah, overdid it, stroked out. Was down for like 4 weeks because of it, and then as soon as I started feeling a little better, kind of came to my senses, and I was like, I need a real break. I need to get the heck out of here for a bit. It's way too hot. So then I booked a trip, went out to Montana to see the old ranch that I used to run out there. It's like 20,000 acres off-grid in the mountains in Montana, and it's amazing. It's like my own personal national park that I was taking care of. I loved it. I miss it. But went out there to see the ranch, and then we checked out Glacier and went to Yellowstone. It's good to do once in a lifetime. That's all you got to do in a lifetime, is see it once. The place was cool, but I don't like going to Disney World, and I don't like going to national parks that feel like Disney World. So did all that. That was fun. But the entire trip, I was only gone for 10 days, and had my friend's dad staying at the farm taking care of all the animals. He did a great job. I had the sheep down the road at the neighbors. They got hit hard. It got so hot while we were gone. The heat index was like 115, 120, and like with crazy humidity, and I don't know if there's a weed in the pasture or if they caught something from the cattle that used to be on that pasture, or I don't really know what the heck happened. The first couple seemed like they had signs of like heat stroke. I've seen that once before when I lived in Washington. But yeah, I don't know what happened, but 5 of them died. And the neighbors had to deal with burying them and all that headache for me, and they were a great help, but it sucks. Like 5 days in a row I was getting a call. Oh, there's another dead one. Oh, there's another dead one. Another dead one. And at the same time, my friend's dad was calling. He was like, there's more broken irrigation pipes and more broken irrigation pipes. I'm like, at the time I didn't have any broken pipes for like a month prior to leaving. So then I just prepared like a little bag of like replacement parts. Like, okay, if something breaks, here you go. It wasn't enough. But luckily he's pretty handy and he got it all fixed for me. But the sheep were taken care of, the dead ones and the live ones. And the night before I was supposed to fly back from Montana, I get the call that my friend, I love him like a brother, he passed away. He overdosed. It's actually Kyle. I think I've mentioned him a couple times in videos in the past. He was a big reason why I wanted to start this farm as a ministry, and kind of like a place to help people who are struggling get reconnected and come and spend time in the garden and just reconnect, disconnect from society to reconnect with God through the garden where he put us in the beginning. And it was really, really rough to get that call. I had Kyle here actually staying at the farm for like 3 weeks back in April, and while he was here, he got baptized, he gave his life to Christ. He, the day he was dropped off, he called me crying on the phone saying he needs help. And I was like, get over here as quick as you can. His mom brought him, she dropped him off. And then from that day, and I think he was here for like 3 or 4 weeks. He turned around so much, and he looked like just totally different person from the day he was dropped off to the day he left, and he was doing so good. And then 4 months later, he stayed clean. He was doing, like I said, he was doing good. Every day his mom would show up where he was staying. She'd walk in the house or walk onto the property, and he'd be sitting at a table somewhere reading the Bible and just spending time with God. And then he had a baby on the way in Nebraska, so he went back up there to see the baby when it was born, and got some news that he wasn't allowed to be a part of its life. And then he kind of lost it, and I guess he was staying with friends up there, I don't really know. And they started using, he used with them, and they did crack, I guess, and it was laced with fentanyl, and it killed him. But it was rough. The celebration of life was like a week 2 weeks ago, a week ago. And far bigger turnout than anybody would have expected there. It was incredible. And just the amount of people that he touched over his, I think he's only 35 years old. Yeah, he just turned 35 in May. The amount of people he touched was just incredible. But I really believe that God got him here. God got him saved, and he knew when he was going to take him home. And so the last 4 months of his life, he was living it for God. And yeah, he struggled. God knew his struggle, but it's sad. But he's the reason I wanted to start this farm, the way it's set up. And so now I just got to keep going with it. But like I said, it's been a rough summer, and moving forward, I'm not going to have a rough season like last year. So last year we got hit with the hurricanes. This year, hopefully no hurricanes, but even if they do, I'm prepared for them at least. Like the crops or the plots are covered crops, soil's not going to wash out all crazy like it did. I'm ready for it, kind of thing. And I've got all my row covers. So last year we had 13 hard frosts. Well, no, over 13 hard frosts, but 13 of them, I think it was, I went through without row cover because it was all in back order. So now I've got everything that screwed me over last year, and I'm ready for it. And this year I'm really scaling up. So I added another plot last year. I didn't even get all those ones filled. So I'm gonna try and just really ramp up production and try and get back ahead. Last season set me back a ton in more than one way. So this year it's just bust my butt and let's see what happens, kind of thing. So pray for me, wish me luck. I guess I don't need luck. Someone told me that luck is the devil's counterfeit for God's favor. So just keep me in your prayers, and yeah, we're gonna get through this season and come out strong. I don't think I've introduced you guys to Penelope the pig. I had to make this video, well, at least the second half again, because I dropped my phone and apparently I never hit record again when I started talking again. But anyways, there's Penelope the pig, or Penelope the pain in the butt. The chickens, compost area. Chickens are maintaining the weeds, keeping the compost clean. Chicken coop's finally done. The birds all got moved in this week. Tallow, Shadow's daughter, is doing a great job chasing chickens. She's learning to protect them, not just chase them. But she's getting big. Here's the chicken coop. It's an old jet ski trailer, and then just framed it out. Yep, thanks. And then used old fence wood. A friend of mine was taking down his fence, took all the wood, built it out of that. The only thing we paid for was the tin for the roof and some hinges. The jet ski trailer that I got Hey, Tallow! Stop! Chasing the guineas. The jet ski trailer last spring, found it on Marketplace, went over. It was just a jet ski trailer, like kind of crappy, old. I think it's somewhat bent frame and everything. But I told the guy, I had a bottle of my blueberry roselle balsamic vinaigrette dressing and a bag of salad mix because it was right after a market, and took that over to him. I was just gonna give it to him, and I saw the trailer and how bent it was. And I was like, all right, I can fix that. And I told him, forget what he wanted for it, but I said, I'll give you $20, a bag of salad mix and a bottle of dressing. He was like, sold. And he took it, messaged me later that night. He was like, oh, this is the best dressing and best salad mix I've ever had. So I got a chicken coop trailer for $20 and some dressing and salad mix. But it's funny. But it came along. It's doing good. Chickens are all happy to be in a bigger area finally. This Centropic row, you can kind of see me walking back and forth past it. It's doing amazing. All these loquats they're going on a year and a half, 2 years old, I guess, since I grafted them. Grew them from seed, then grafted them, and they're filling out really nice. A lot of them are actually flowering again, so the fruit will be ready in the spring. These bananas, they were planted 8 months ago in December, and they were only like 2 feet tall, and these teeny little tiny sword pups, and now they're like 15 feet, anywhere from 10 to 15 feet tall, and like really girthy, filling out. They've got pups, so I'm excited about them. Hopefully this winter's really mild, so they pull through strong, and then next year we'll get some bananas on all of them. But I've got 8 different varieties of bananas, bunch of mulberries, rosemaries, 6 different types of loquat varieties, 300 feet of asparagus planted in this row, 4 different types of citrus. Let's see, there's some asparagus. Oh, I broke it, but whatever. Breakfast. So just a couple days ago, I'm gonna cut through on the shade. Didn't get much shade there. So a couple days ago I came through and pruned this whole row really hard. So all the bananas, they got cut back quite a bit. All the asparagus was like this tall on me. So it was about, I don't know, I'm like 5'10", so whatever that is. But it was really thick. It was like a jungle. And so I pulled all the old canes, popped them off at the crown, laid them down, put all the banana leaves on top of them, and then top dressed the bed with another 2 inches of mulch, 2 or 3 inches, I guess. And now it's good for another year. Sorry, my thumb. But the asparagus is starting to bounce back now. Some stuff in the nursery, bunch of bamboo, still gonna plant that out. Already planted the whole back of the property. That looks really good. It's gonna fill in next year. And then I've got a bunch more that we're gonna go down for some privacy between the next door neighbor. Got sycamores, apples, planted a bunch of crepe myrtles out in the pasture around the perimeter. They're fenced off till they get bigger, just to add some color. I love crepe myrtles. Bees and butterflies go crazy for them too, so just why not? They're not edible, but who cares? And what else I got? Yeah, so all that stuff for the most part is getting planted out. Real quick, while I'm on this end, I'm going to show you the pond. I'm hoping to get this commercial kitchen set up. Not really commercial kitchen, but production kitchen. And the shipping container finished, hopefully in the next month or so, because I really want to use it this summer or season. But anyways, the pond. Flip the liner back over. It's been a ton of work. My buddy and I have nearly killed each other over this so many times, but it's coming along. And yeah, it's been way too hot to really do it in the summer. So this winter, all the rock is gonna get done. This is kind of his project, but I'm the one with the know-how of how to get it all done. So we're definitely doing it together and just pushing through with it. He's always wanted a natural swimming pool, so I was like, let's do it. We'll get it done. It's a lot to take on top of all the other projects with the farm. But it's kind of green right now. We've had an insane tadpole season. There's billions of tadpoles in this thing and not enough plants to use up all the manure that they put out. And so there's some algae bloom, but in time, it'll all get balanced out. There's gonna be a ton of plants in here. Actually, there's a waterfall. Set up 3 55-gallon barrels with layers of sand, charcoal, granite sand, thicker and smaller pieces of charcoal, and just layered it all the way up. It's doing a great job at filtering it. But like I said, there's just so much tadpole manure and hardly any plants. Whenever I drive past a ditch with a bunch of nice aquatic plants, I go out, dump out the truck and pick some and throw them in a bucket, bring them home. I just saw, I don't know where he went. We put 2 big Plecostomus algae eater suckerfish in here to help clean the rocks with the hair algae and stuff. He was literally just right at my foot, and then I looked down again and he was gone. But it's about 10 feet deep in the center. We're gonna have a dock that comes off of the porch, so you can pretty much right where that pipe is, and it'll overhang the pond. You can just dive in and then swim out. Built rock steps going up this way, and then you can walk into this shallow area and then come up to where it's going to be a beach surrounded by food forest. So it'll be really cool when it's done, but getting it done is a nightmare. But I'm gonna take you out to the pasture real quick. You can even see me. I want to show you the Mombasa grass that I planted for the sheep. It's doing great. And then there's crepe myrtles, but they're just out there. You don't really need to see them. Yeah, I'm trying to think so I don't have to cut the video off and edit it out. You can see the house. Landscaping in front of the house is doing good. All backed by the tent. Just got irrigation out there. Oh, speaking of planting and irrigation, all that bamboo that I was talking about, I also planted, so it's graceful along the whole back of the property. And then in front of the shipping container, I decided to put bamboo to help shade this side. This is all fern leaf. This is actually gonna look really good. I'm excited. I'm gonna build a little small porch right there. Yeah, walk in, it's still there. But yeah, that door back there is going to be the entrance to the commercial kitchen side of the container that I want to do. Let's see. So I think today I'm going to go through and establish a perennial flower bed around the whole perimeter of the north plot, and then move all the tarps that I have here, killing the grass, to kill the grass in front of this nursery along the driveway. So I want this mulch too, and I actually want to put like a split rail kind of fence going down the front with an entrance and grow grapes on it, just to keep people from pulling their cars onto my weed mat. So that happened multiple times last season, and with my OCD and how much I worked hard to get the weed mat nice and tight, I don't like that. So I'm gonna put up a fence, grow some grapes on it, and keep everybody on the road. This roselle hedge doing great. That was all planted from seed again this year because it's an annual. It's like way over my head. There's gonna be a lot of roselle again this year. Let's see. I don't really want asparagus for breakfast, but so I'm gonna see if the sheep want it. These are all the bachelors. No, you don't like asparagus? Got all the boys here. Girls are all at the neighbor's pasture. Kind of filling them out a little different, getting them ready for breeding season. Some of my ram lambs needed a little extra feed, so they're getting it. The grass here in Florida sucks, so you have to supplement, and that's why I'm planting these hedges of Mombasa grass around the pasture. All four sides of the pasture have it, and it's looking amazing. I mean, you figure it's already 6 feet tall, but they love it. With this small amount of sheep, I think there's, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them out here. They've barely made a dent on the Mombasa, and it's high protein. It's got 18% protein, so that really helps fill them out. And then amongst that row, I think this row is 20 or 24 feet, planted crepe myrtles, got them caged off so the sheep don't mess them up. Okay, I don't even know how that happened, but I hit end on the video, I guess. But anyways, crepe myrtles are doing good, sheep are doing good, farm's doing good. I'm hanging in there. Dogs are all happy, so it's all good. So on that note, it's September now. Now that it's September, my open hours at the farm are every Saturday from September through June, from 9 to 1. So if you ever want to come out and see the farm in person, you're welcome to come out on a Saturday, 9 to 1, and get some produce, get some plants. I didn't really tell you about the nursery. The nursery is really filling up. There's a whole bunch of stuff down there. I've been propagating like crazy all summer. These are all things that I propagated and just potted up last week. There's over 1,000 plants just on these benches that are getting added to it. A bunch of different blackberries, passion fruit, a bunch of herbs, milkweeds, kiwi berries, different grasses, flowers, all kinds of stuff out there. And then a whole bunch more stuff in the main nursery row going down. But it's filling up. I really tried to ramp it up this year for this coming season. So if you'd like to come out and show your support, you can do that. If you're too far away to make it out to the farm and only get the pleasure of watching these long-winded videos of mine, if you still want to show your support, even though I feel like I've wasted your time so much, and you want to support the farm, you can. There's a link below. You can donate to the farm at ministry if you feel led to. But just all of your guys' support means a lot. There's no way this farm could have grown and transformed into what it is today without your guys' support and help over the last, it's almost been 2 years. It's crazy. But yeah, it's wild. I guess really it's like a year and a half ago. there was nothing on this property. It was just a blank slate, just grass. If I remember, I will try and throw a picture of it in here. If not, you can go to my Instagram. I haven't posted a ton, so it's not that far behind of what the property looked like. I had some drone shots, but yeah, so I appreciate you guys. She's like climbed up into the shelf. What are you doing? What is it, a mouse? Rat? Did you find something? Okay. Her nickname's Crackhead for a reason. Anyways, thank you guys for all of your support as always. God bless, happy gardening, and I'm gonna really do my best to do more videos this season. It's kind of disappointing to me, at least, that I didn't get more like documentation done last year. It's just, it was a rough year and a rough summer, so I'm gonna try and do better this year. But oh, one more thing for the people that stuck it out and are all the way at the end of this video. I'm going to be scaling up, like I said, with the farm, and so I want to take on 2 more farmers markets. Can't do that by myself, especially if it's all on Saturdays or something. The open farm day at the farm is every Saturday, like I just said, and so I want to be here for that, so I can walk people through the garden and explain and get to talk to them and meet people that want to come out to see me and see the farm in person. So I don't really want to leave. I don't really like leaving, so it works out. But I would like to have at least 2 more markets done. And so I'm actually looking for somebody who might be wanting to run a market for me. I can have a trailer loaded with all of this stuff. Still trying to figure out the best way of paying. I'm thinking a percentage of sales, or maybe a percentage of sales in a like set amount, just to guarantee you make something decent. But if anybody's interested in helping me with that, I'm thinking about doing a market in Gainesville and Ocala. I want to just, if I'm going to do extended markets and pay somebody to be there, I might as well do the good ones. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that, shoot me a message, email me, whatever, growingbacktoeden@gmail.com, or you can just Google Growing Back to Eden, Crystal River, and you can call me, whatever you need to do. But yes, I will be on the hunt for at least 1 or 2 good people fit for that job. So yeah, thanks for your support. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, without you guys, it couldn't have happened. So I'll keep you guys posted. God bless.